Reckless, dangerous.
Definitely dangerous, reckless. Didn't care. I didn't care if I was caught. I didn't care if I was convicted. I wanted to be convicted. I wanted to go to death row. I wanted to die on death row. That was my whole goal. Like, I wanted to go to death row and be a Mexican mafia member that gave his life for the organization because I was a true believer. And that was my whole objective. Like when we stabbed Mon Buenostro, we did it in front of like 50 cops in the attorney room, and just stayed on this guy, right? And we were just rooting on him, just boom, plunge into the hilt. I could feel my hand hitting his.
Were you restrained?
No, we came out. We had handcuff keys. We came out of them, and the whole objective was to kill him. It wasn't to check him or remove him or put him on disregard. That crap didn't exist in my heyday.
Right.
Like if you got targeted, you're going to get eliminated, and it's going to be a no holds barred attempt to take you out.
Was he a member?
He was a made guy. Yeah.
Okay.
He was a made guy. He was in the feds. He came down from the state. They subpoenaed him, and he had a state sentence too. Did Fed time before that. He was in a state sentence. Thankfully, he's paroled. He's living his best life now as a grandfather and great grandfather, and God bless him. I'm glad he didn't die. But my mentality was to kill. I didn't care who it was. I didn't care who saw.
Right.
And that was who I was. I didn't care about. I talk about people that I do episodes on, right? Like they don't care who gets indicted. They don't care, and I didn't care. I was the same despicable individual that they are, right? I'm not far removed from that, right? But at least I chose to extricate myself from the cesspool while they still swim in it. I think that's the differentiation.
Looking back in hindsight, what do you think caused that mentality? Lack of experience, lack of education, lack of knowledge?
Oh, childhood trauma.
Childhood trauma.
Childhood trauma, bro.
You want to elaborate?
Yeah.
As much as you can or feel comfortable with.
Dude, I mean, I've testified to this 65 times. I've testified to the board. It's been published in LA Times. I was sexually abused as a child.
Okay.
So I think that immediately made me seek out acceptance from others because I had a lack of self-confidence. I became a people pleaser. So I wanted to belong, and I never felt that I belonged. And then when I joined the gang, I excelled at that. Like I was accepted, and they accepted me for my idiosyncrasies and my flaws, whereas mainstream community and society, they reject you for those things.
Right.
So I took that as a driving like fuel for me, right? Like I could do this well, man. I'm down with the hood. I put in work. I'm a respected homeboy, and then I go to prison. So those things, I didn't understand that my psyche was driven by the need for acceptance, right? I didn't understand that till years later, till I went to therapy. But that was the same thing in prison. But at this level, from a gang member to a drug user and a criminal to a Mexican mafia member, it's exponentially higher, right? And then the dysfunctional thinking, the abnormal thinking on my part was like, well, fuck it, I'm going to go to death row.
Right. It's insanity is what it is.
It's
and
insanity.
I'm not judging you.
No,
I'm just observing.
No, it really was insanity, right? I mean, not the clinical sense of insanity, but it's insanity, right?
The whole process.
The whole process.
Self-sabotaging, self-destructive.
Self-destructive behavior. Like I remember ODing multiple times, and I think I was subconsciously trying to kill myself, right? I think that the outrageous hits.
Outrageous hits.
Outrageous
Are
hits.
some hits more outrageous than others?
We got a 22 in the county jail. 22. I had it smuggled into the county jail. And we were going to shoot Vesey Sagato, Mexican mafia member, in the back of the head